my glass of wine. I think you can see it, and I don't know if that's allowed. It's grape juice, and I'm not going to be discussing it with you. I have done a couple of sound tests with this microphone, and I feel like I have to get really close. Hello? Yeah, no, that's cool. You thought you were rid of me. See, that's the funny thing about you. You thought you could get rid of me that quickly? No, I just had to go through a mental breakdown, bleach my eyebrows, cut all my hair off, then come to terms that life goes on and you are 1 in a billion, which is insignificant, but also finding the beauty in that insignificance. Hey, how are you? Hey, we're back. That's really scary for me to say because a big part of this new revamp of the Christiane blah blah show. Hey, I made that. Clap for me. Go ahead and clap for me because that took me a lot of sweat and tears. Don't look closely at it, actually, because it's not the best. I never said I was the best. So, I don't know what you expected of me, but I think it adds some pizzazz. I think it adds a nice little layer of mystique. That's not what I meant to say. But sometimes, hey, something cool about me, I am very uncomfortable with moments of silence. And I feel the need to fill those moments of silence with words. Hi, I'm a Gemini. I think most of you guys know this about me. Hey, let's intro this. Also, word of caution. My camera's a bit weird. I don't know if I might be out of focus. I might be in focus. Who knows? Do I look oily? I'm so nervous. I sat on the toilet right over there for about 15 minutes getting everything out just in case that I get the scary shits. Which I am feeling a little bit right now. I'm like, ugh. We all go through it. Okay, I'm so scared that something's going to go wrong. And that is the way to not live your life. This show is also about I'm trying not to edit this at all. Just like do it. And that was something, if you are new, hey, welcome. Let's just do the intro. Shut the fuck up. Hey, welcome to the Christiane Blah Blah Show. My name is Christiane and this is my show. I've had that rehearsed for a long time. For about 2 years now that I haven't done a blah blah show. Isn't that crazy? For all of you new viewers, welcome. Hey, the past 18 episodes don't exist. I have scrubbed them from online because I don't want anyone to see them because they're embarrassing. I said some whack shit. And I might be embarrassed about this in 2 years, but you know what? That's also the beauty of growth. Hey, I'm also scared of the person I was 2 years ago. If you would give me a time machine and we're like, yeah, if you want to go back in time, I would say, hey, no thanks. I would say, no, I'm good. See, because no. Hey, no. And I'm also mentally still 25. I'm not going to tell you my age. I'm 25. But I'm maturely 28. But I'm, that really doesn't make any sense. It's weird because since the beginning of time, hi, this is your new Bible study. No, I think the pandemic screwed us all up. Dumb. And I was 25 at the time, 25. The past 3 years, a blur. They don't exist to me. Oh, hey, I cut my hair. Did I mention that already? I hate it. I don't need you to tell me that you hate it because I already know it. Yeah, I'm not a bob girl. Never date a bob, would never have a bob, but here we are. Should I in 2024 date a bob so then I can say, hey, yeah, when I was 28, allegedly. I'm 28 allegedly. When you were I'm sorry, I'm checking everything. When you were 28, allegedly, you had a bob and also dated Bob. That'd be cool. I think that would be added into my obituary. Huh? I did not say that word correctly. Obituary. I had a little bit of wine already. Yeah, because sometimes I need a little bit of pep in my step to just not feel nervous. I don't know if the nervousness is making me feel the bowels or it's the wine or a combo of both. It could be a combo of both. But it's not wine. Sorry. This is for kids. Hey, YouTube, this is for kids. Yeah, kids. Kids love me. And kids love grape juice. They like if you are around a kid that's crying a lot, just give them some grape juice and they'll shut right up. The good grape juice. Anyway, yeah, I've been really nervous about filming in general, because we've been gone 2 years. I've gone through a lot in these past 2 years in a good way, but kind of being out of long form content creation is scary to me. I'm very used to doing like little tidbits here and there, minute to minute, 3 minute at most. This is long. Hey, we're doing a long-term relationship here. And that's scary. But it's okay. I think it's going to be trial and error. I have a lot of thoughts and ideas about what to do with this podcast. I've, thought about, potentially having guests in the future. What do I want these guests episodes to look like? Is it an interview? Is it this? And you know what? I'm not going to figure it out until boots are on the ground and we're getting shit going. And that is, it's a great way for me to kind of not be as nervous about it, to know that I am taking it episode at a time. By the way, episodes come out bi-weekly. I would love to get to a point where we could get to a weekly understanding and schedule, but we're not there yet. We're dipping our toes. We're seeing how it goes. We're seeing what the reception is, and going from there. Also, when I say we, I really mean we, because this girl has a producer. That's bizarre. A big need of mine as someone who is an air sign. I need someone to kind of rein me in. If you're just listening, I'm doing a lot of hand signals that look like I'm reining you in. And it's been really helpful. It's been a way for me to stay organized. I do find my mental state to be very flighty. I am a very flighty character. And there's not a bad thing about it, but I think there has to be a yin and a yang. And I feel that as a Gemini, that there are two sides to every coin, right? There's the black and there's the white. Obviously, there's the gray, but we're not going to get into that today. But it needs to be counteracted to a certain degree. And having someone who has kind of kept me accountable, kept me on track, has been very lovely. So, hey, producer, get one. I highly recommend you getting one. I will say I am a relatively great procrastinator. I was supposed to film an hour ago, but my camera did not charge. And also I woke up this morning and said, I actually don't need to charge my camera. I'll do it later. So the battery is a 90%, not 100. And this is where we're going to get into the segment of this episode, which is the ins and outs of 2024. I know everyone's doing lists. Everyone made a list. That's fine. Mine's better. I think my everything is better than yours. I say that in a non-conceited way. I do. I think you have to be proud of your shit. And that's one of my ins. We can start with that. I got really nervous about writing things down. I don't know why. Hey, this is like all of my notes for the podcast. Hey, I'm mentally ill. Hey, huh? That's okay. Let's put this up so I can see it. You could probably see all of this, which is really great for me. I love that. It's like I'm going for the polished look, but not executing it 100%. I'm executing it 90%, like my camera's battery. Okay, ins and outs of 2024. I really sat down with this idea of What do I want to bring and to think and to provoke and to honor in the year of our Lord 2024? Number one, I did not scratch. Hey, I did not pick my nose. I just scratched it. Okay. Let's get into the list. I thought long and hard, how did I want to start this list off? And number one will be silent discos. What is this? Hey, Christiane, what's a silent disco? Hey, let me tell you about it. It's when you just put in headphones and play really good music and dance around. Hopefully it's with someone else. But if you're like me, who is chronically alone, go ahead and do that alone. Maybe it's just, having a dance party, but I like the idea of it being called a silent disco. Isn't that fun? Hey, what'd you do today? I went to a silent disco. You just danced alone in your house with headphones on. Doesn't that sound more lush? I attended a silent disco. That's really cool. I think noise pollution is the death of society. So that's why I'm not against going to an actual disco, but I just went on a walk with my friend today on the trail. Yeah, I trail walk. So many people playing music so loud. I have noticed that with age, I've gotten so grumpy. I've gotten so mean. And like, deservedly so. I know I'm going to be a grandma who is just wagging her finger all the time, being like, you youths. You fucking youths, man. But yeah, everyone, hey, put the volume down. Hey, get a pair of headbuds. What is your problem? And if you are going to play loud music, at least be good music. Most people that play loud music, I think they want to be yelled at. I think they want someone to be like, you suck. I think that's their kink. A big part of my, we're going to move on now. A big part of my evolution as a human has been a therapy. And I think that's a big in for 2024. Hey, go ahead and get yourself therapy. I like talk therapy. I have very much benefited from it. Mainly because my therapist, don't want to brag, Rita, I love you so much. My therapist is the shit. And it took me a long time to find her. But it was about a year and a half ago where I was like, ooh, I'm mental, man. This is mental. I need help. And so I did use BetterHelp. Hey, BetterHelp, do you want to sponsor me? This is a sponsor-friendly shindig. So I went through a lot of trials and tribulations to find my therapist, Rita. Rita is a middle-aged Latina woman, which is exactly what I need. She is, I would say she's my mother. I would say she's my mom. Because she is not only a great listener, but also is so kind of mean to me. She's so kind of mean. And I know she means well. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Let me tell you how great my therapist is. She, at the beginning, hey, we used to meet twice a week. And then she sent me to a psychiatrist to get evaluated. Which, let me reiterate, I needed it. I was in the water drowning. I was drowning so hard mentally. I needed a lot of help. And I'm so happy that I felt confident enough to find that help and to be open and vocal about it. And I will say, side note, I hate my psychiatrist. I don't really go to her anymore. She's a B-I-C-T-H. She's a B-I-C-T-H. No, it's B-I-T-C-H. What's the meme? Oh, man, did I fuck up the meme? Whatever. It's fine. If you know what I meant, you get it. Did I spell it correctly, actually? Oh, man, I fucked it up. But yeah, she was really mean, and I didn't like her. But hey, she gave me what I needed, and good riddance. Back to Rita and back to therapy. I think not everyone does well with talk therapy, and that's okay. I, as someone who doesn't know how to shut up, I do well with talk therapy. And it just really depends on your personality. There's so many different types of therapy, but I think therapy in general is definitely something you should look into. Even if you think your life is going well and everything is going great, I think that I'm in a position now where I'm pretty well-rounded. I know my faults. I know, what I, struggle with, what I don't struggle with, thanks to my therapist. But it is something that, I don't know, anyone can benefit from, even if it's just a check-in. Hey, now I don't see Rita twice a week. That's insanity. I see her once a month now. Isn't that crazy? I went from twice a week to once. I do a monthly check-in. And I that's progress. And I'm fucking proud of that. Okay. Sometimes Rita will be like, okay, sounds the same as before. I'm like, yeah, mijita, I know. No, she's not mijita. I'm mijita. She's mamita. I'm like, yeah, you saved me, honey. I really will. In my obituary, it will say, hey, Rita saved her life in 2022. Hey, thank you, Rita. But yeah, I think therapy is great. More people need to be in therapy and talk about it and be okay with it being a normal part of your thing. It's like you work out your body. Why don't you work out your brain and make sure your brain's good? I'm just saying. Okay. Let's move on to this special woman. She should be on my out list of 2024 because, hey, she's out. Gypsy Rose. Gypsy Rose is out, but she's in for the year. Have you seen her interviews? She is such a well-spoken individual. What a gem. And I'm not going to listen to any discourse that you have to say unless positive about our girl Gypsy Rose. Also, her husband. I need a husband like that. Whenever I get married, I'm going to put... or I should put that now on my dating apps. I want a husband that is like Gypsy Rose's husband. I don't know his name, but his name to me is Gypsy Rose's husband. He makes me so happy. The way that he looks at her and talks about her and is so confident in himself as well. Like, wow. That's so crazy. As someone who went through a lot of, definitely, hey, I didn't go through the same thing that Gypsy Rose did. That wasn't me. But a lot of like medical bullshit and just doctors thinking that they know shit and they don't. So I guess it's not obviously the same thing, but medical, can I just call it medical bullshit? It's tough. It's tough because you think you're being gaslit by doctors. Half of them, when they're not in the room with you, they're going to Google your symptoms, and then they come back and they're like, you have chronic fatigue. I'm like, no. Like, oh, maybe it's your period. I'm like, honey, I haven't had a period in 3 months. It's not my period. Doctors don't get it. I understand women are an anomaly. We are mysterious. But hey, don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Especially if you're a doctor and then they ask for payment. I have spat a lot on this. I'm glad there's a mouth guard on it because the saliva has really gone on the microphone. But yeah, Gypsy Rose, what an amazing woman who has understood her flaws, has grown as a person. Hey, I feel like I'm kind of a Gypsy Rose. Not in the same way in our actions, but in our mind. Like, she is, not that I thought she was dumb, but she is such an, like, eloquent woman. She's so eloquent, and she deserves all the happiness in the world. Did you know she's 32? She's 32. She served 8 years in prison. She deserves everything good her way. We love Gypsy Rose. Her year is 2024. Moving on, this is something that I was talking to an acquaintance that I met up for coffee with. But library cards, hey, do you have a library card? Because you need to go ahead and get one. Library cards save the earth. They save the earth. Not only do you get books and like audiobooks, but like if you're in Austin, hey, I live in Austin. The Austin Library is cool. It's cool. It reminds me of being in school, which like school is cool. Oh my God, did I just make that up? Did I just make up school is cool? I'm telling you, my mind knows no bounds. But library cards. Truly, I recently got my library card. And I kind of just like want to wave it in everyone's face. Because I know I'm better than everyone in other aspects, but I really want to just like rub it in everyone's face. Like, oh yeah, not only am I beautiful, pretty, gorgeous, smart, intellectual, amazing, you could never do better than me. I also have a library card. I also have a library card. So you need to go get one. Go support your local librarian. No, go support your local library. I don't think the librarian is probably very happy that you are going to get it, but I don't think it's benefiting them as much as it is the institution. So go get a library card, do your civic duty. I feel like I'm a politician right now. I also look it. Hey, did you catch that though? Like I look like I look like Kamala Harris right now. And that pisses me off. Listen, side rail a little bit before we move on with my list. When I cut my hair and I let it air dry and shit, when I cut it, it was like to my cheekbone, so short. I remember waking up like 3 days later and I was like, oh, my manic episode is over. Why did I do that? Type thing. When I wear this vest, this little, what is this? This ain't a vest, girl. This is a blazer. When I put on this blazer, I'm like, I'm ready to say, America first. Trust me, I would not be a Republican. I'd be an independent. I would run as in the Green Party. Yeah, that'd be me. Vote for me. How old am I? Allegedly, I'm 28. So when can oh man, like in too long. But when I'm 35, you know you would vote for me. You know my policy would be banging. That would be my motto as a president. Banging policy. Christiane Escobar, banging policy. Anyway, I digress. Next up on the list is coffee dates. I know it's controversial. I know it really is. As someone who just re-entered the dating pool 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I took a sabbatical because I was mentally insane. And hey, if you are also there's a couple of screws loose, take some time off. Go ahead and put it down, delete, and work on you. You know, maybe that's your 2024. That was my 2023. I was like, yeah, no one's going to love me. And that's okay. We're going to work on other things to get you prepared for 2024. Here we are. But now that I re-entered the dating pool, at first I was like, oh, I'm only going to meet someone organically because, ew, I'm not telling my children and grandchildren, like, where'd you meet Pappy? Ew, not Pappy. But anyway, where'd you meet tu chico guapo? And I'm like, Hinge. Yeah, on Hinge. That's so gross. Oh, ew. I don't want that to be my story. Rita, the therapist, saved her life in 2022. She also met her papito on Hinge. That's such a shit. No, obituary. No. But I am on it. I'm not better than you. Well, I am better than you. Didn't I just say like 12 minutes ago that I was better than you? I'm better than you in certain ways. But I'm just like you too. We need to stay relatable on this podcast. But yeah, re-entering dating app world. Some men. And I love it. That's another resolution of mine, to not be a hater, especially toward men. So hard to do. Oh my God. Some of you deserve it. Some of you guys deserve the hate. Um, but a lot of you guys have some nerve. Oh my God. I need to have like a little sip of man Kool-Aid. Because yeah, sometimes I'm impressed. Sometimes I'm like, wow, you think you and me? You think that? You think that? Wow. Wow. And I'm not conceited. I'm just confident. I'm confident in myself. But yeah, back to coffee dates. Coffee dates. Coffee dates are a lot of women's worst nightmare and my golden ticket, especially on a first date, especially if I am meeting you online. I don't know you. I am kind of scared of you a little bit and how intimate. And I've always said this, a dinner date is very intimate. It feels like we're engaged. If I've ever gone out with you on a dinner date, I've thought of our engagement. I really have. No. A coffee date. What's good about the pros of a coffee date? Low stakes. I don't know you. We're getting to know each other. We've conversed like via text, I would presume, for a while. What makes you think that we're going to eat spaghetti together? Huh? Never. That's like third, maybe fourth date material. We can do like a walk. Maybe we can get a drink on like 2 or 3. We can go to the bar. And then maybe 4 if like I'm feeling the vibe. Maybe we can go like grab a pizza. Maybe we can start with like soup and salad at the diner. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it is because there is an element of I'm okay with there being like a time limit. Like a coffee thing is like an hour and a half ordeal. Whereas dinner, there's so many implications with a dinner. It's like, dinner, let me drive you back and let me smooch on. Ew. If you're a woman, you understand. And men. Man, it's probably a lot of pressure for a dude too. You know, it's like, and I pay. I will say, if it's a date, the man pays always. I don't care. I do not care. If you're not paying, hey, it's not a date. And I have thought this and always been a proponent of this forever. If you want this to be a date and me to think of you romantically, even if it is just a simple coffee, you're going to bloody pay for it, my guy. Like, sorry, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. If I pay, that's fine. This wasn't a date. And I don't view you in a romantic way. I'm so sorry. It's different when you're in a relationship, if you're living together and all that stuff, of course, and you have that conversation when you get there. But the first couple of dates, I'm sorry, my makeup cost a lot of money. My hair products, way too much. My jewelry, hello? You didn't have to do any of that. My clothes are much more expensive than yours. So if we're going to do the 50-50 thing, I'll send you my bill for my makeup, my hair products, my jewelry, and my clothes. I'm wearing my perfume. You probably didn't wear any cologne, honey. So, I mean, not to be a drag, but come on, man. Come on, pay for my $5 coffee. I don't think my camera knows how to record more than 30 minutes, which is fantastic. But moving on to the ends of 2024, continuing the saga, Ireland is definitely on my list. I think Ireland is in for 2024. Not only Ireland, but the reunification of it. Okay, I went to Ireland, visited Dublin in 2014 when I had graduated high school. It was, yes. And I went to Dublin. Bloody fantastic place, man. Like, I think Ireland is so underrated in a great way where not a lot of people think to, like, go visit or care to know about it at all. And I think that's cool. That's coquette about the Isles of land. Ireland. The Isles. I don't know. But I think, I have always had like a very soft spot for the Irish. I think they are so much cooler than most Europeans. Most Europeans are trash. Sorry. Should I say that out loud? No, I love Europe. No, I think Europe is so great. Yeah, when I think like what's great, I think Europe. But Ireland just I don't know, has something. What other people do you know that their symbol is potatoes and that's so cool? No, no other one. No other one. They're like, "Yeah, we love potatoes. What about it?" The confidence of an Irish. The confidence of an Irish. And I think the English wished. I think the English wished. Okay? Um I think moving on to like jewelry and gems and such. This is kind of like a double. It's pearls and anklets. If you have a pearl anklet, you're winning the game. You're winning 2024. But let's start with pearls. I am a June baby. I was born in the month of June. And therefore, so moreover, when you're trying to write a paper and you need more words. As a June baby, pearls are my gem. Pearls are it for me. Most of my pearls, they're fake. Hey, my pearl earrings, my pearl little necklace, 100% fake. And I'm okay to admit it. Most of my shit is fake. But the idea of, hey, if you ever love me and you want to propose to me, give me a lot of pearls. Give me so many pearls that you don't even know what to do with all of them. You just look at me and you're like, I need to get her another pearl. I need to get her another pearl. And that's exactly where I want my future husband to be. It's just like, oh my God, there's so many pearls and jewelries and gems that I need to give her. Wow, crazy. But I think this contradicts this idea that like all women want diamonds. Hey, diamonds are garbage. And I don't want to have a conversation with you about it because you know it's true. You know diamonds are actually hideous. They're so hey, they're clear. Hey, I don't want to see that. I think diamonds are the equivalent of like, you know those shoes from the like early 2000s, like clear fucking sandals? Hey, that's fucking gross. Your feet are sweaty and in there in this little fucking gel shoe, a clear gel shoe, you look insane. That's how I feel about a diamond. Like anyone's like, look at my diamond. You look stupid. Hey, get a personality. I would rather you have literally anything else, a clown nose, than diamond earrings. Hey, get a fucking grip, man. I can't. If anyone would ever give me a diamond, I would take it and sell it on the black market or the regular market. I don't know. Whoever gives me more money, okay? But I would sell it and quickly get something else. Did you know, fun fact, that sapphires and rubies, same gem. But the red sapphires, which is what they're technically are, became so popular in our culture that they had to give it another name. So they gave it the name ruby. Did you know that? Yeah, this podcast is about fun facts and learning. It's a learning show too. Okay, so sapphires come in all colors, but the most popular ones are the red, which are rubies, and the blue sapphire, which are the blue ones. Crazy. Okay, anklets. Let's get into anklets. I'm not here about the anklet slander. You know how cute they are? A little ankleto on your little foot wrist. That is so sexy. Hi, look at my little foot wrist. It has little gems and cool, cute little things on it. That's so cute. That's the cutest thing I've ever actually heard. And I think they're coming back in 2024. Everyone in summer. You're going to see everyone. If you live in Austin, everyone in Barton Springs like this. Anklet, look at my anklet, look at my anklet. And I said it first. I was the first one to say it. I'm just saying. Next are these two kind of go hand in hand, but it's listening skills and being okay with mediocrity. Okay, I think these two things go hand in hand because every one of us actually thinks that we are the most important person in the world. Hey, no. You are important, but you are also a cog in a machine. And the machine's got to work. Hey, not me being crazy socialist right now. No, that's communism. And that was racist? Was that culturist of me? Hey, I love everyone. Hey, sorry about that. Hey, let's scratch that from the record. Hey, Take that off the permanent record, actually. I didn't say that. That was you, not me. But listening is something, and like active listening is something we could all do better at. Because when you're in a conversation, and I know a lot of you have dealt with this and been part of this in a certain degree. Like, you know, when you're talking to someone and you know they're not listening, you're looking deep into their pupils and you're like, you're just waiting to talk. Hey, you're just waiting for me to shut up so you can be like, oh yeah, and then me. Don't do that. Be a better listener. Okay? You are not the main one. We're all a little bit main. We're all a little bit like important, and that makes us all as a collective important. Okay? It's not all about you. And that ties into being okay with a level of mediocrity. I don't mean you should be okay with mediocrity, but you should be content with it. You know? Hey, you come home and you're like, I got a C on my chemistry test. Hey, I'm so proud of you. You didn't fail. You have to be, there has to be a sense of optimism to it. But then that gives you a step forward. It gives you something to look forward to. Hey, maybe on the next test I'll get a B. And then on the next test I'll get an A. And then the next time you're dead. And that's just life. You level up. Okay? And sometimes you have to be content in that middle mediocre ground. Hey, every day doesn't have to be like a youpee, wahoo, woo. And it's hard. I get it. It's hard because we live in a place where you and I both, honey, we both do it. But we're sharing things online that are the peaks. We're sharing the peaks. We are not sharing the valleys. And it's hard to then, when you're sitting in your mediocrity, or I guess a better way to say it is you're sitting in your own middle ground. Okay. It's hard then to see all of this online and be like, I'm trash. Oh my God, I'm a piece of shit. That's so crazy. I always kind of thought I was a piece of shit, but now I really am, because look at everyone else. They're doing amazing. Simply put, the internet is fake. Remember, it's not real. It's a highlight reel of people's lives. It is what it is, you know. But you in your everyday monotony, which is not a negative thing. You need to be happy with it because it makes those special times of those like, oh my God, this great thing happened, or things that you have in your life worth celebrating. It makes them all the better. It really does. So be okay. Sit still in that mediocrity. Mediocrity is good. It's good sometimes. We got to move into the outs of 2024. I know I said the ins were the Irish. The out, the number one on my list is the English. Okay, I recently got burned by an Englishman named James. Hey, I'm not going to talk about it, but like, yeah, that's what, hey, James, read it and weep, brother. So I don't know. He's the third Englishman that has burned me good. Hey, you know how many Irishmen have burned me? Zero. How many English? Thrice times for me. Oh, so they're so out. They're like, me, and I like tea. Hey, me too. And I wish we could have tea together, James, but you rejected me, James. I thought we could have a life together. I was ready. And he said, no thanks. He's from Bath. I don't know how the Bathians speak. Oh, I'm from Bath. Do you say Bath in Bath, or do you say Bath? I'm from Bath. I don't know. If you're English, let me know. Sorry if if you're English and listening / watching this, you're excluded from the outs. I wish you well. Continuing the list is ghosting. Hey, I know using your words is difficult. Been there, done that, honey. It's so hard. I find communicating my feelings to be hard. And I know I'm not the only one. But sometimes you need to sit in that discomfort and say, hey, don't be mean. Don't be unnecessarily mean to someone, and don't ghost someone. I've done that before, and it's rude. Like ghosting someone and not telling them the why, again, depends on bloody context. But not saying why you do not want to continue talking, and this can be in a friendship, in a romantic relationship, anything. You are ceasing communication with someone when you just do it and then just like pretend that person doesn't exist, hey, you're a shitty person. You're a shitty person. And you need to know that. You need to, I don't know how else to put it. I've done that before. And ouch. Do I look back and say, wow, that was really mean? So don't do that. It's definitely an out for 2024. Underpaying. Oh, I recently quit my job and I was underpaid. And I think I wrote that in a haste. Because I was so angry at being underpaid. Wow. Like, I'm okay. I don't think I'm ever going to be, I don't know, never say never. But I don't need to be paid a gazillion dollars. I don't. I think I'm very happy with being able to live comfortably. But in this previous job I was in, I was actually being paid like 3 cents a day. And it just didn't make any sense. This guy would bug me at like 10 p.m. He was in social media. I understand it's the name of the game. There is, some things that you have to, it just comes with the position. But like 10 p.m. No. I wasn't being paid enough. I wasn't being paid a hefty fucking salary or anything like that. That would make that okay. So don't underpay. Hey, if you're a business owner, don't underpay your employees. Take care of your employees. That's in for 2024. Out. I put 2-party governments. Hey, get a third. Hey, have an open relationship. No, don't do that. Hey, don't do that. But for real, what's up with these 2 parties? Hey, we need to have a third. At this point in this, hey, it's a election year this year. I don't want to vote. I don't want to vote. That's scary. I might vote and put my name in there. Test the waters. Who wants to vote for me? I would be fucking fantastic. I would. Because I would have a really good VP. I don't know who yet. I'm still thinking about it. But my VP would be spectacular. I'll start my campaign. Moving on to the outs for jewelry. Van Cleef. Who buys Van Cleef? Who actively goes on vancleef.com and says, buy that? You know that they're like thousands of dollars for that hideous jewelry? It looks like Kendra Scott, but more expensive and uglier in a way. I don't know how you can even do that, because Kendra be making some ugly shit. But Van Cleef? You guys gotta quit it. I would rather you wear costume jewelry than Van Cleef. Huh? If anyone would ever give me Van Cleef to me is the equivalent of diamonds. Then I'm like, get a personality. Do something different. It's so ugly. It just reminds me of Chugi 2013 stay-at-home mom vibes. You know what I mean. I'm not being rude, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I'm rereading. I haven't read this list in a while. I'm going to skip some because those are just for me. Another out for 2024. Hey, men taking mirror selfies. That's for girls. Don't ever do that. Now that I've been on Hinge again for the past 3 weeks, the amount of this. Ooh! Stop doing that. Stop. Put a shirt on, number one. No one wants to see your tits. No, I didn't ask for nudity, number one. Have some sense of decorum, okay? And then like a mirror, so, oh my God. I'm like, there's something irksome about it. Only girls can take selfies, number one, but mirror selfies, only girls can do that. I'm so sorry. You are a man. All of your photos on your Hinge profile need to be like candids or something. Something like that. And also, if you have a photo with another woman in there, you're ridiculous. Like, huh? What is that supposed to tell me? Oh, that you... Yeah, I have a friend who's a girl. Yeah, look, that's my friend who's a girl. Okay, what about it? What creep. You tell me. I feel very strongly about this. You tell me, like, what. Very rarely do you see a woman's profile where they're with a guy. It just doesn't happen. Because, hey, you're dating me, not this bloke. Like, no. Group photos, too? Get out of town. I want to see your face. I want to do a little zoom in on your little face. I want to see the angles. I want to see everything. Okay? And if you're doing a group photo, especially if you have a group photo as your first profile photo on your profile, how dare you? I'm immediately saying no. I'm like, you're making me play a game and do the little guessing game? No. I'm not here to play games, my love. No, absolutely not. So don't take mirror selfies if you're a man. It's out for you, honey. Okay, this one's long. Walking at the same pace as a stranger, either speed up or slow down. Oh yeah, this comes into fruition when I'm on the trail, when I'm walking a trail, and like you have to, people either walk faster than you, they're running, there's bikes, there's different paces going on the trail. Yeah. So when you're trying to like either pass someone or not, there's a sense of decorum that you have to follow. It's either like, hey, I'm going to walk faster than you so I can pass you, or I'm going to walk slower than you so you can pass me. Therefore, you can pass me. There's some motherfuckers out there that don't give a shit. That say, hey, we're going to be buddies now and walk at the same fucking pace. And I'm proud. I'm a proud person. I will be like, oh yeah? Let's sync up our fucking steps, man. Hey, you want to not let me either pass or be passed? We're going to look like fucking twins, you and I. Okay? And I hate that. It's like, don't be weird about it. Don't be fucking weird. Let me pass or be passed. Let me pass or be passed. I feel the same way about driving too. Hey, I don't want to be right next to you and be able to look into your fucking pupils in the car next to me. Either pass or be passed. Pass or be passed. Okay? I have enough human interaction. One a day is plenty for me. I don't need more. I had to sneeze, but then the sneeze went away. Okay. So for the Blah Blah Show, we do have an advice column, an advice segment. And at first I thought, okay, I'm not going to have anything because it's the first episode. Let's like tease it and see. But we got one. And if you want to be in an episode, a future episode of the Blah Blah Show, follow us on Instagram. Follow me. Hey, follow me on Instagram. Number 1, Christiane Escobar. Number 2, it's called Christiane Blah Blah on Instagram. Send me a voice note, and I won't listen to it ahead of time. It will be live. We're doing this live. Not technical. It's live for me, not live for you. And I'll, give you my 2 cents and tell you what I think of whatever. It could be something very simple. It could be something, whatever you would like my perspective on. Send it my way. So this is for next episode 2. If you want to be in it, hey, send it my way. But I don't know if we're cool with names, so I'm not going to say names. Or should I? I don't know. I should have asked. I'm just going to say first names. So this voice note came from a follower of mine named Carrie. And I'm a little nervous to play it live, but I'm just going to do one of these. Is that okay? Hey, Andrew, is that okay sound-wise? You know what? Hey, Andrew's not here, and he's just going to have to be okay with it. So let's go ahead and listen to Carrie's voice note. Okay, let's go.
Hi, Christiane. This is Carrie. I'm going to say this as fast as possible because this thing is only like giving me a minute to talk. But anyways, so I have a friendship of over like 12 years now, and it was good. It's been great. But like in the recent year, it's been like declining, and I don't understand why. And I see that she's not putting in effort, and I don't necessarily want to put in more effort because I always tend to do that. But it makes me sad that like I don't want to like end this friendship because of like the length of it. I feel like that's some kind of reward, even though it's really not what friendship is. But should I just like end this friendship regardless of the length? I mean, obvious answer, yes, but I feel so sad.
Carrie. Ooh. That's deep. Okay. I have a lot of thoughts. Number one, Carrie, thank you so much for sending in a voice note. Um, I think it depends. I think you you really have to evaluate a lot of relationships that you have in your life, especially friendships. 12 years, that's monumental. Being in each other's lives for so long, there is like a tendency for like almost like a Stockholm syndrome energy to be about. It depends on circumstance too. Like, do you guys live in the same city? Like, how frequently do you talk? Like, I have a handful of friends that are long distance, and that I actively seek out of like, hey, let's FaceTime, let's chat on the phone. So that is important as well. But I think what would be important for you, Carrie, is evaluating like what is this friendship bringing you in a positive way. You know, making your little pros and cons list is great, but like, are you happy in this friendship? Although you're putting in all the effort, I mean, I have a question back to you. Have you voiced this to your friend of like, hey, like, I just feel like I initiate, or I'm always texting you and like you don't really care about me. And it doesn't have to be so heavy. I think a lot of people think that those conversations need to be heavy. And that doesn't mean to say that they're not hard. Those are hard questions to ask someone because they're serious. There's a weight and gravity to it. But being honest and open for me, I will say I struggle a lot with open communication and with overall expressing my feelings, and that's something that I will always say at the beginning of a conversation, especially in the last like year and a half, where I've been in some sticky situations where it's like, this is really hard for me to say, so please be patient with me. I might stumble over my words, but I just really need you to listen. Can you please listen to me? Let them know how you feel and say, this is not an attack. This is just me wanting to voice my feelings because I'm feeling that there's a strain in this relationship. And there you go. Easier said than done, I know. But it really evaluating, like, is this something that you are willing to fight for? Because there are some relationships that maybe you don't feel that way. And that's okay. People grow out of things, and maybe I would hope you're not the same person you were 12 years ago, and I hope that your friend isn't either. But really reevaluating what this friendship is bringing to you. If all that this friendship is bringing to you is this negative dread and this negative feeling, and you're always reaching out and all of this, you have to evaluate, is it worth bringing up, or is it worth just simply being like, hey, this isn't serving me anymore. I feel like I have done my due diligence in this relationship. I'm ready to move on from it and then see what they have to say back. It's difficult. I think checking in with your friend as well. I've been in the position of being your friend in certain relationships where it's hard to be in a mental space where speaking up and being like proactive in a relationship was really hard for me. So I empathize with your friend. I really do. But if you haven't voiced it, that's somewhat of a problem because they probably don't think there is a problem. So, but if you have on the other side of the coin, if you have and there still hasn't been a lot of movement on it, it could just have to be like a very curt conversation that you have with them. Hey, this isn't like I'm seeing no benefit out of this. And I've, mentioned it a couple times. I've, done this and that, and I just don't feel like anything is happening. What can we do now? Sometimes you do have to put it in their court, and see what happens there. I hope that's somewhat helpful. I know history is tough to move forward from. Because you do want to keep like 12 years. You invested 12 years in this relationship, in this friendship. That's a lot of time. And I think also being okay with the fact that it might not continue. And that's hard. Being okay that, hey, I did what I have to do, as long as you feel comfortable and you truly believe in your, I don't know, the truth that you have done what you feel comfortable doing. But I don't know. I will say, to being a little biased for your friend, because I've been in your friend's position, checking in, seeing if they're okay. If, how's their mental health doing? How are they doing in general? Are they going out? Are they not? Have they become reclusive? Stuff like that is very important. I will always, at least try to check in with my friends when I, like, notice character changes and personality changes in them. And I'm like, hey, this is weird. I either did something or they're going through something. And I would, as a friend, like to be there for them. So I don't know how long this has been happening for, but maybe starting off with that of like, hey, is everything okay? I've noticed this, and this. And I just wanted to check in to see if everything was not only cool between us, but like, cool, like, are you good? And then that's kind of, like a good segue into, if they're like, yeah, no, I'm chill, I'm good. Be like, oh, okay. So if everything's good, I'm happy everything's good. But I've noticed these things and whatever, all the reasonings why you're kind of questioning this relationship, which are very valid and very normal things to be concerned about. And you're allowed to be burnt out. You really are. You're allowed to have that frustration with a friend or any sort of relationship that you have. That's empathy is something that I think a lot of us lack in any sort of relationship, myself included, is like knowing that other people also have feelings and also are going through things, is hard because you're so focused on yourself. So just learning that, hey, your friend might be going through something. Hopefully they're not. And you guys can have a productive conversation about it. But it also might not be in one conversation, by the way. I hate this whole, like, we have to sit down and have this serious chat and, like, write down. It doesn't have to be so serious. These conversations should be normal conversations you have in any relationship. And they're sometimes very uncomfortable, very difficult. But knowing that, I don't know, that there is and there will be a resolution, whether it be positive or negative, there will be a resolution. So I hope that's helpful. Carrie, thank you for sending the voice note. Truly, I didn't think we were going to have one for this episode. I'm really happy to have it. I think this episode has gone a little long, but that's okay. I'm okay with it going, I'm reintroducing the podcast, the show. For everyone that has come back, thank you so much. I am very, very excited for what's to come. If you have any suggestions, if you want to go ahead and send a voice note for next episode, go ahead and follow the podcast at Christiane blah blah on Instagram. And yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, there's links and stuff if you want to listen to it on Spotify and other platforms. I hope it sounds good. Oh my God, I hope it sounds good. Thank you so much for, I feel so less nervous right now, now that we're wrapping it up. But thank you so much for listening. I'm so excited for 2024. I really am. God bless. I'm ready to date a hunky man, if I'm being honest. I took my sabbatical 23. I'm ready for not sabbatical 24. Yeah, I'm ready for it. Thank you so much. We'll tune in next time. And yeah, I hope you have a good one. Happy Tuesday. Happy bloody Tuesday. I hope you have a lovely time and see you in 2 weeks. All right. Bye, darling. Love you. You look great. You're beautiful.